This is the end of the Monday night. I just dropped off at the airport. It's a big Toronto flight, and it looks like all the food trucks are delivering food. Oh boy. It was one of those nights that it started off real slow, real quiet, real nothing happening. Nothing. Quiet. It was like one trip an hour or less. And I think it took me till midnight to get my lease on. I think it took me actually a little bit longer. And then I had another fare that got my fuel on. And then I had about 3 or 4 in a row, bang, 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 bang. And it looked like my fortunes had turned. And it worked out that I had about 180 on before this run to the airport, which was another $50. So that's what saved it, really. That is what saved my night, this run to the airport. Yeah. And the reason why it was so quiet is because it was like Easter Monday or something like that. A lot of people didn't have to work today. They could take it easy, and they got to work. Well, they didn't have to work yesterday, but they have to work today, it being the Tuesday. So yeah, let's get back into town. We're at the airport. I just got one up here. The night started off quiet again. This was the Tuesday night. And it was happening slowly. It was happening quietly. And I went I worked. And it picked up around 10 o'clock. Or was it later than that? I think it was around 11 it picked up, and I got really lucky, and I had 4 trips between 11 and 12 instead of one trip an hour. And then it got going pretty good, and then by around 2:30 it slowed down. 2 o'clock slowed down, and then there wasn't much. I think I had one trip after 2. Then I went to the parking lot where I usually park, and I was watching some Wi-Fi YouTube. Fell asleep. Then I got a call just before 4 o'clock to pick up some girl at a motel. And I picked her up, and I took her to an address she wanted to go to. Their fare was $9.20. And she paid me with 2 5s, so she gave me $10. And she said, "Oh, I don't have any change." She wanted to give me a tip. And then she says, "Well, I'll give you this 5 here, and you wait for me. I'll just be 5 minutes." Well, I sat there for about 15 minutes. And after the 15 minutes, after sitting there for 15 minutes, I got another call, and the call was to the dry dock. And the guy at the dry dock says, "The airport." Now here's what happened. This guy flew in yesterday. He flew from Bahamas to Miami, from Miami to Toronto, and from Toronto to here to meet a ship at the dry dock. The ship came in from Los Angeles yesterday. And this guy came in flying from Toronto to Victoria. And he's supposed to work on the ship. But he was told on the ship that he had to have a certain permit from Canada Customs, some kind of a work permit, which he didn't have. And so he asked me if there's customs at the airport. I said, yeah, there's customs at the airport for people coming into the country, they have to go through customs if they come from another country to here, and at the airport. I mean, I've done it before. I've had to go through customs at the airport. And he says, so take me to the airport. I said, well, I don't know if they issue these work permits at this airport. And he says, well, I have to try. So I took him there and I wished him good luck. And hopefully it's going to work. He was paying me with US dollars. He was giving me $60 US for a $56 trip. And I said, okay. He says, I need a receipt. So I wrote him one of our receipts. And he says, that's not good enough. He says, I need a receipt from the printout. I say, well, if you want a printout receipt, you have to pay with the card. Because I can't do it any other way. He says, okay. So he paid with a credit card. $60 Canadian. Okay, fine. So I wasn't going to get like, $80, $90. I ended up getting 60. But he ended up getting his receipt. Anyway, we did that. And now I'm on my way back to town with an hour left to work. And this might be the end of my Tuesday night. Okay. Third morning in a row at the airport. And it's a hectic place today. As you can see, it's raining. And everybody and their dogs coming out here this morning. So it's been kind of crowded and busy. The departures area was really ugly. Oh yeah, go over there, say hi to your buddies. I'm getting out of here. I guess the night went all right. I was fairly busy. What else is there to say? I don't know. I was fairly busy. With the rain, there were a lot of people taking cabs that would normally walk. One girl missed her bus. She missed the last bus. And I did a few drug runs this morning. Take somebody into town, get some drugs, bring them back out. And I'm getting tired. It's like 5 in the morning and it's still pissing out there. Let's see. Yeah, I've had enough. I'm gonna go home. Well, I just worked 11 or so hours and I'm tired, and I just washed the car even though it's raining. People got in here with mud on their feet, so I had to clean the mats off, hose it all down, clean the door sills because they had mud smeared on them, because people don't watch. They just smear mud inside the car. When it's raining, that is. And it was quite a steady night. I did about 300. And a lot of short trips and a few long trips and trips in between. And now I deserve a rest. I was sent to the Denny's over there about 10 minutes ago, maybe 15 minutes ago, but I didn't want to do it. I just wanted to wash the car up and go in the general direction of home. So that's the Thursday night. We got one more night to go. That would be the Friday. Making for another week. The week of Taxi Vlog 500. 500 taxi vlogs. One or two may have disappeared over the years or been silenced due to copyright infringement, because back in the early days I used to add music to them, and so there might be a couple of taxi vlogs that don't exist. And some of the taxi vlogs that I did were about the first 75 or so were on the main Feckwig channel, with which I'm not doing anything right now. I'm not putting any videos up. I don't know, it became a travel channel and I'm not doing much traveling anymore. Yeah, there's a policeman. We'll just keep the camera down. Go right past the policeman and head towards the bank. Oh, was there something else I was going to say? I don't know if I'm going to continue making these things, because they do get kind of repetitive after a while. And I don't know who's got the who really wants to keep watching. I don't know. I know my mother wants to keep watching. Hi, Mom. Got a few regulars watching. I don't know, I think this rain is bringing me down. Rain always brings me down. It's dreary and depressing. Especially when you had a few spring days already. And now all you get is this wet stuff. Yuck. Oh yeah. I'll come back for one or two more installments in the next shift. Talk to you sooner. Okay. It's late. Well, it's 3:40 in the morning. And it's raining again. It wasn't raining for most of the night. This is Saturday morning. It was quiet for about the first 3 hours, and then it went busy. I've got about $400 on right now at 3:40, and now it should be getting quiet. I had a couple of fares where people were stranded. This girl was standing on a street corner way out, far away from, well, you know, way out in the suburbs, and I was sent to go get her, and when I was sent to go get her, the call was 20 minutes old, and it took me about 10 minutes to get there and pick her up. She went across town, and so that worked out good for her. And why doesn't this thing focus? It's focusing on the windshield rather than what's outside. This is my new phone, by the way. What else is going on? Oh yeah, so I took her and she was thankful. Then I got sent to a donut shop. And I picked up this guy at the donut shop, and he said he wanted to go to the bank on the corner. So we went to the bank, and he prepaid for the cab $10. By the time he came back from the bank, it was $7 on there. He says, "Can you take me to the Chevron?" So I took him to the Chevron, and it was exactly $10 on the meter. That's the $10 he'd given me. And then he says, "Can you take me to the 7-Eleven?" And I say, "Well, if you can't pay, I can't take you." And he tried to use the Interac machine over and over and over again, and it didn't work. And he was panicking. He was having panic attacks and that kind of thing. And he tried several times. He tried bank machines. He tried my Interac thing, and only once he was able to get $10 out to pay to use the cab. And he kept insisting he had $17 in the account, but couldn't get it out. I think maybe he had 17 in the account at first, and he used 10, so he couldn't get 10 out anymore because, you know, he only had 7 left in there. And he paid me $5 to take him cash, to take him to the 7-Eleven, and he wanted to go to his home branch, which was up the road. And we went to the home branch of the bank. He got nothing out of it. And he says, well, which way are you going to your next call? I said, I don't know. He said, well, can I go with you? I said, no, I think we're done. We had over $20 on the meter, and I got $15 out of him, so that's enough for that. Now it's raining. Now maybe I can watch a couple of videos. At this hour of the morning, there might not be many calls. Saturday mornings are often quite quiet. Well, if nothing memorable happens between now and 6 o'clock, I hope yours is better than mine. Well, that's taxi vlog number 500 in the can. Can't believe I've done 500 of these things since the first time I put a camera in a taxi and started just making video clips of what was going on in the night. And I think it was late in 2006, December of 2006, and it was snowing, and I ended up capturing some of that. And since then, almost every week that I've worked, I put together one of these vlogs. Sometimes I would skip a week, and sometimes I'd do 2 in a week. And up to number 500 now, and I was wondering whether I should keep on doing them, because they are getting kind of repetitive. The stories are the same over and over again. I guess it's taken 25 years for the novelty of the job to finally wear out. I'm just working. I'm just, paying my dues, and it's making a living. It's not the most extravagant living by any means, but I can pay my bills and get by, which is all you really need. So, the question is, should I keep doing these? Maybe I'll keep doing them just because of inertia, just because I've got so many. It's just a habit, to turn the camera on and start talking about what's going on during the night. And it doesn't really take long to edit. It takes me maybe half an hour to put one of these together, because I just string the things together and render it, and up it goes. I'd like to see in the comments what you think. Should I continue or should I stop? You can vote with thumbs too. Thumbs up, keep going. Thumbs down, stop. I'll see what you guys think, and maybe I'll do whatever I want, despite what you guys think anyway. Hope yours is better than mine.
The Interac machine was malfunctioning, and that was a real pain. So to get paid, we had to reboot the thing, and we're sitting in the parking lot. Then this chick climbs in, and she wants to go somewhere, but here I'm trying to get the payment out of these guys, and I would just want to get them out of the car. They were a little disgusting. The first thing they did when they got in was crack a beer, which is illegal around here. So I just told them to keep the cans low so that if we pass a police cruiser, they won't see it. Don't tell the authorities I let them do that, okay? All right.